Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Chris. Today's video is another quiet luxury video, but this is quiet luxury under $100. About maybe 2 months ago, I did a video on quiet luxury and all the perfumes that I chose in that video were on the expensive side. And I had a few of you guys ask me to do a quiet luxury video, you know, on a budget or something a little bit more affordable. So just to recap, quiet luxury was a trend, you know, that started about maybe a year ago. And it was a trend that focused on timeless pieces, understated elegance, things that are not loud and obnoxious and trendy. So for clothing, moving away from these big logos, moving to pieces that, you know, that were timeless and classic that you might invest a little bit more in up front, but they would last longer. And the outfits that I showed you during that video were all pieces of clothing that I thought were perfect quiet luxury, were pieces that I invested in a little bit up front, but I've been able to wear for sometimes a decade later. That being said, quiet luxury doesn't mean that you have to spend a ton of money on things that have an understated elegance, that are classic, that are timeless, that are sophisticated. And it was a little bit more challenging, but I found some fragrances under $100 that I think, you know, kind of fit the definition of quiet luxury. You are not gonna see loud perfumes. That is the exact opposite of the quiet luxury aesthetic. Of super loud, obnoxious perfume would be similar to someone being covered head to toe in some clothing that had logos everywhere. Not that I have anything against that type of a style, but that's just not quiet luxury. That's not what quiet luxury is. So you're not going to be, you know, seeing a bunch of really strong Middle Eastern impressions in this perfume video. I did, every single one in here is an original. And let me tell you, that's very, very difficult to find an original creation that's not a dupe, that's not an impression, that has great quality, that has a timelessness to it, that's not trendy, and falls under $100. I do have one dupe or impression, and we'll get to that in a moment. But if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a return viewer, thank you. If you're not yet subscribed or you find something you like about my content, I would love a thumbs up and to consider subscribing. It really does help my channel. And with that, let's just get into the perfumes. When I think of quiet luxury, the first brand that comes to mind is Hermes. Hermes to me is quiet luxury, particularly when it comes to fragrances. And I have several fragrances from Hermes that I purchased for under $100. Now listen, these are all perfumes that for me are easily available at a price point under $100, and I will link those down below. Just because some of these fragrances sell for a lot more than that doesn't mean that that's what they always go for. A lot of these have been out for a while and can be found on the gray market and thus can be purchased at a significant reduction. But Hermes is quiet luxury. They don't have loud, obnoxious fragrances, and I have 3 of their fragrances in the Jardin collection that I think fit the quiet luxury aesthetic to a T. The first one is the one I think is their newest one, and it's Jardin Cythère, I think, and this is a beautiful, you know, it's a pistachio fragrance, but it is not the typical pistachio fragrance you're thinking of that was really, you know, popular about a year ago. These gourmand pistachio vanilla perfumes were all the rage. This has pistachio, but this to me is not quite a gourmand, or it's a borderline gourmand. This one is very lemony fresh. It has a lemony freshness to it. It has a dry, non-vanillic pistachio, and it has olive or olive oil or olive tree in here, or olive leaves, one of those. That combination means that this, to me, is not, it's not a gourmand. Maybe if you are overly sensitive to really sweet gourmand fragrances, you might think this leans in the gourmand direction. I think it might be a borderline. I think it's a borderline gourmand. I will say in the beginning, is where it's most gourmand. The beginning is where it's most gourmand and almost smells like a fresh cut lemon pie. But then the drier, warmer, nutty aspect comes in, and then the olive tree comes in, and it really kind of pulls it out of any heavy gourmand zone, any sweet zone, any sticky zone. It's almost as if you had a tart lemon pie and you mixed it with a pistachio olive soap. So even though this isn't overly soapy, it has that undertone which kind of pulls it out of the overly gourmand arena. And I think this is quite beautiful. And I'm showing it because I don't remember what I got this for, but I do think it, in fact, let me look it up right now. Okay, so everywhere I'm looking, you can get the small and even the larger size for under 100, sometimes well under $100. So yes, it fits the aesthetic and it is affordable. The next one I have is an oldie. This is my second bottle. So this is Un Jardin un Méditerraneé. This is a, you know, a fresh, woody, cypressy fig perfume. Very, very unisex. Oh, so fresh. Mr. Perfume Nest, love this. We both love this. I think this is perfect, quiet luxury in the warmer months. It certainly wears lightly, but it's never overbearing. It's never too loud, and it's never obnoxious. So it does fit this theme perfectly. And then the third one I have it in this beautiful little travel size, and this is Jardin sur le Toit, I think, which means on the roof. And this is a beautiful green, grassy perfume with rose and apple. Very fresh, very crisp, very light, very springtime. So if you're heading, you know, into the warmer months like the Southern Hemisphere is in right now, they're all beautiful, but this is definitely something that I think is more suited to springtime. But all three of these, you know, definitely meet that quiet luxury, and all can be found, and I purchased them all under $100. Okay, I had to go out of the room, and when I came back in, I get this beautiful scent of the candles behind me, which I've been burning for a couple hours. You guys are always asking me what candles I'm burning, and I do think they absolutely fit the quiet aesthetic because they are gorgeous, and I just checked the price tag underneath the candle, and I think they are $19.99 a piece. And I got them at Cooper's Hawk, which is, you know, it's like a restaurant, you know, wine bar. We have one, you know, just right up the road. We were waiting to get our table. It was very, very busy. And then I moseyed over to the gift shop and was smelling the candles, and I thought these smelled so good. I didn't even check the notes until just now. And wouldn't you know, basmati rice is in one of those. I'm a big fan of rice. I've been loving rice, and now it is, you know, trending in scents now, but this has strawberry basmati. So the notes are basmati rice, strawberry jam, and goji berry. So just beautiful, beautiful candles. Very classy, very chic, very elegant, and I was surprised, $19 a piece, really, really lovely, and I've had them for a while. A quiet luxury scent that I think is absolutely beautiful and very affordable is by the Clean Reserve line. I have many of you who only are interested in fragrances that are cleanly formulated, and it is, again, this is an oldie but a goodie. A very pretty Your Skin But Better scent that has, it's powdery and it's very sweet. So I've always said I thought this smelled like somebody who was in the shower and they are washing with a body wash that has a nice subtle musky sweetness to it. And when you get out of the shower, you know how your skin smells after using a body wash that was a sweet musk. So this has a sweetness to it, and I want to say I think there's praline in here, but it's not overly sweet. And there's a little bit of salt in here, but it's not overly salty. And I think those two notes kind of even each other out. The sweet note, you know, wins just a little bit. So it's sweet and powdery and musky and light. It's gentle. It's not overbearing. I think this could absolutely be a signature scent. I tend to like to wear this like at night after a bath or shower when I want to relax and just have a subtle sweetness to it. So yeah, Skin by Clean Reserve is a beautiful kind of slightly sweet Your Skin But Better musk with a dose of powder. Okay, the next fragrance is from a line that I think is just so beautiful and classy and screams quiet luxury, and that line is Tocca. I have had travel sizes of 3 different ones. I want to say Florence and Colette. This is the only full bottle I have, and I need to remedy that because I just think they do fragrances so well in this beautiful quiet luxury category. They're soft, they're elegant, they're timeless. You know, some of the criticisms are that they're not, you know, overly strong. And listen, I am one of those people, I do not want a beast mode all the time. I work in healthcare. I can't wear those type of scents to work. I don't want to wear those out to dinner. I don't want to wear those all the time on a date. So there's a time and a place for beast mode, and I think some of these more quiet, softer, lighter wearing perfumes definitely have a time and a place, particularly in my life. This to me is a perfect work scent. This to me is a perfect work scent, but I don't think there's anywhere where you can't wear a Tocca scent. This one in particular does lean on the spring and summer type of a range. You know, I'm not gonna show only gourmands and heavy notes because I have people that don't like those scents, and I have, you know, subscribers from all over the world in the Southern Hemisphere. And sometimes, you know, not everybody likes those heavy, you know, woody vanillas. So this is a beautiful kind of a watery fig rose scent. It's very clean. It's very fresh. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like water lotus or water lily in here, but the floral that's the most prominent is, to my nose, like a water lily and a rose. But it has, you know, a beautiful fig in the background, a gentle, sweet musk, and it has just a light, watery quality to it. I love it, and I would highly recommend any of the Tocca fragrances for this category. Even these full bottles all come in under $100. Okay, the next one is a fragrance I show all the time. This is such a great perfume. This is a Canton Biche hidden gem, in my opinion, Cedrus by the House of Chloe. This is a beautiful, clean, fresh, mossy, woody scent that if you like something like a Jo Malone wood sage and sea salt, I've said this many, many times, they are in the same ballpark. There are some, you know, big differences. Wood sage and sea salt has, you know, a lot of, you know, wateriness. It's salty. Cedrus is not as watery. It's a little bit more dry. It has a little touch of grassiness from the vetiver. It's a little bit more woody. I don't know the type of wood in here. And it has a big dose of oak moss. And the oak moss is very nice and clean and fresh. I don't think there are any like citrusy notes in here, but it has a clean freshness to it. And if that's just the oak moss, it's the type of oak moss that is clean and fresh. It's not damp, and it's not dark, and it's not like damp earth oak moss. That isn't always my favorite. I tend to enjoy the crispy, clean, fresher oak moss. This wears on the lighter side, but it's not invisible, and I could wear this anytime. I just think this is so classy, beautiful, chic, and the epitome of quiet luxury. Okay, the next one is a perfume I have shown before. This one is a gorgeous perfume that I had gotten in PR, but I would pay for this time and time again. This is a new release from the Tumi line. This is Utopia. I have two. I have Signature and Utopia is my favorite. It is a beautiful, kind of a signature-worthy, non-gourmand vanilla with a little touch of florals. It's so lovely, and it's pretty universal. You could wear it anywhere, anytime, and I think this is something that has, you know, a timeless quality to it. I've always thought, or to me, this reminds me of Burberry Goddess, whereas the vanilla is kind of the same. This is not quite as sweet. It still has beautiful vanilla, non-gourmand vanilla. Whereas Burberry Goddess has a pretty prominent lavender. This one has a jasmine. So swap jasmine for lavender and really make the jasmine very toned down and soft. So it's a very soft, non-indolic, fluffy jasmine with this beautiful vanilla and musk. You know, the slightest touch of an amber in here. You know, an ambery vanillic sweetness that's very light, like see-through. It's not heavy. It is a light, you know, ambery vanilla with a gorgeous musk. I just love it. And the 1.7 ounce bottles, I think they come in under $100. I didn't memorize it, but definitely under 100, maybe 85. Okay, this next perfume has made basically every small expensive on a budget video I've ever done, and I'm going to show it again because I'm going to let you guys know that when I tell you that I think a fragrance is pretty darn great, I'm going to keep it in my collection. I'm not going to declutter it. I'm going to stand behind it and I'm going to show you. And so you might get tired of it, but I think Roberto Cavalli Paradiso is such a great perfume. I got this for like $30, and for a while it kind of became, you couldn't get it. You couldn't find it. I was worried it was discontinued, and so I didn't show it on any videos for a long time. I noticed it started coming back. It's on the gray market again. I mean, this heavy, thick bottle, it's so pretty. And this is a very Mediterranean you know, woody jasmine perfume. It's very, so it's Mediterranean because it has some citruses in it. It has like an evergreen note. I want to say it's cypress, and it has jasmine, but another one that has a light, soft, non-indolic, very pleasant jasmine note. I'm sure there are other things going on, but those are the notes I really get. And let me tell you, this thing is beast mode. If I spray it like 3 or 4 times on a blouse or a shirt, I can smell it strongly, you know, 12, sometimes 24 hours later. And again, I got this for like $30, $35 4 years ago. It's coming in 50 or well under 50. It's a very understated, it has an understated elegance to it. It's very timeless. And again, I think it meets this aesthetic perfectly. As you can see, I still have it 4 years ago. I know I'm gonna probably have it in another 4 years. Has a timeless quality to it and an amazing perfume for the price. Okay, because it was very, very difficult to find a ton of perfumes in this category that weren't just a bunch of, you know, dupes or Arabian impressions, I had to go to an Italian line, one of the best Italian lines. It doesn't mean that only my Italian or my European subscribers or viewers can get. This is a line that is a spectacular line I found in Italy, but they ship all over the country, and their shipping is quite reasonable. I think all over the country it's, you know, it's definitely less than $15. Which is which is good. Like here in the States, sometimes I order something, it's $15 for shipping. And the brand I'm talking about is Acqua Elba. They are very classy. I have 3 in front of me from Acqua Elba, and actually went into 2 boutiques down there in Italy that have one in Siena. And I had a great time smelling their perfumes. The large bottles I think come in, I mean, they come in under $100, which is amazing to me. I want to say 85. I'll have to double check. And they're small. They have the smaller offerings too, which are much more affordable. So I actually have 3 in my collection, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend looking into the brand if you're looking to, you know, dive into a brand that is very well made. Products are well made. They are very, very affordable, and they smell terrific. I'm going to start off with, I think I'm going to start off with Altrove. And this is, I want to say this is my amber one, an ambery, ooh, yeah, so, tobacco, ambery tobacco, spicy, warm, maybe labdanum, a little bit of incense. This is so pretty. Yeah, so a tobacco-y, amber, warm, woody scent with a little bit of a freshness, like a fresh green evergreen maybe. That would be that would go along the lines of a Mediterranean wood, since this is a Mediterranean brand. Very, very pretty, very unisex. A very easy tobacco because it's a tobacco amber. So unisex, maybe even leaning feminine in my opinion. So a beautiful one from Acqua Elba. The next one is Acqua Elba Blue. And this is for women because Mr. Perfumeness has the blue for men. And that is a terrific fragrance. It basically smells like orange peels, orange juice, orange peels. It's so pretty. This one is the feminine version. And this one is a watery, kind of a watery aquatic fig scent with some herbs, maybe some aromatics. It does sound like it might be kind of masculine, but it's not. This has a nice, like a musky sweetness to me. Oh, I sprayed it in my eyeball. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Guys, this is just the epitome of a beautiful summer in the Mediterranean. I'm just transported to the Mediterranean when I spray this and I smell it. If you are a fig lover, boy, this is one you really want to get your nose on. I am super picky with fig, and this is just so pretty, very watery, fresh, dewy, aquatic without being like oceanic or seaweed. I don't like that type of a scent. Herbs, I want to say this has juniper in it. So pretty. Maybe a little bit of woods. Lovely. Moderate to lighter wearing. And the last one is called Smeraldo. And this is I want to say a citrusy, woody, floral. Yeah, citrusy, woody, musky, clean floral with the slightest hint of like a shampooiness. Not overly shampooy, but just clean and fresh. Citrusy, fresh, maybe some bergamot, white flowers, maybe a little bit of jasmine, a little bit of magnolia. I think I remember this having magnolia, and some very light woods, like light musky woods in the base. The most floral, the most, you know, unisex, with a beautiful ambery tobacco, but still perhaps maybe leaning a little bit feminine. Absolutely gorgeous amber, and a beautiful, fresh, aquatic, watery, figgy perfume that's very Mediterranean with some lovely herbs. Again, gorgeous perfume, timeless, elegant, not overbearing, but not quiet, not, you know, whisper soft, that all fit the, you know, fit the aesthetic of quiet, elegant luxury, and are easier on the pocketbook. Okay, so the last one is my one impression, my one, I guess, dupe, shall you say. I'm gonna say impression. And I think we all know what this is an impression of. This is by French Avenue, and this is Glorious Oud. And I've told you guys time and time again, I have tried to find, I think Musk Therapy is a lifer. It's just such a beautiful, citrusy, blackcurrant, musk, sandalwood perfume. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is one of my most complimented scents. It's an easy reach, easy grab and go. When I'm going to be in a crowd and I have no idea what I'm going to wear, and I don't want to offend anybody, and I want, you know, people to think I smell good, and I don't have a lot of time to think about it, I'm going to grab Musk Therapy. It works every single time. I tend to wear it in the warmer months. The problem is, it's, you know, it's expensive, and I've had people time and time again say, Chris, can you give me an affordable alternative to Musk Therapy? Let me tell you, it's been difficult. I've tried so many. This is by far the best one. It is still not a one-to-one dupe. I don't think we ever might get there, but it's pretty darn close, and it's my favorite of the impressions. The dry down smells the closest by far to Musk Therapy. The opening is more citrusy. It's more citrusy and very lemon meringue pie type of a thing. So it definitely is very, you know, citrusy and gourmand in the beginning, and then it becomes, you know, very, very close to Musk Therapy. Like I said, it's not a one-to-one dupe, but it's about as close as I've smelled, and it's definitely my favorite. It's not a beast mode. It's not as strong as Musk Therapy. It does have a little bit more of a softer air to it, and therefore it kind of really does fit this aesthetic quite well. I think that profile, the Musk Therapy profile, is quite timeless. It's elegant, you know, it's sophisticated, it has an understated sophistication to it, very chic, and will be something that people will want to wear for years to come. And is that it? I think that's it. I think that's my quiet luxury, under $100, understated elegance, timeless, chic, elegant, sophisticated fragrances that aren't going to overpower people, that are easier on the pocketbook, and I think, you know, will last and be something that I will want to wear for years and years to come. Thanks again for your suggestions to do this video. I think it was great, very important, because my other video had some tremendous fragrances in them, but they were on a higher side, and these are a little bit more approachable, particularly for those of us on a budget. So that was it. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. If you did like my content, I would love a big thumbs up from you. That would really help my channel. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would join my community. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.